Yeah, sorry about that, Gippy. I had a little bit of a problem. Uh, Technical issues. Let me get my music up here. Do, 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 do. Dun, 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 dun. What the hell? God dang it. There we go. Ah, no. What the? Ah, shit. A shot in the dark. All right. Shot in the dark. All night in the dark. Yeah, hang on a minute. I'm trying to fix it so I can read chat if anybody comes in here. All night in the dark. These hands are going to be a problem. Might have to do some Liefeld hands here. Dog beats a walk in the park, yeah. Every AC/DC song sounds exactly like the other songs, but it's still a good sound. Just roughing some stuff in here with the blue line pencil. What the hell am I listening to? What the frick? What is on this? Is it tape residue? Crap. That's not good. Let me get a razor blade and get that off of there. Please, please. I hate this song. Go away. Uh. DC's terrible. DC's bad. Stupid advertisements. Come on. God, I gotta get a new phone. Damn thing doesn't want. Come on. The hell, man. All right. That way I can see if anybody comes in. There we go. Does it stop? Come on. Dun, 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 dun. Visited. Discord. Oh shit. Is Discord still open? Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, I got you. It's been too long. Yeah, let's see if I can get that off of there. Hey, Gippy. Yeah, it was a little late. I had some technical issues. But we're in there. I got some where's that stuff at? There it is. Hope I can get that off there. Wait a minute. See if I can get this crap off of here. I got I'll try not to fall asleep. It's all good, Gippy. Let's see here. I got glue on the paper here. I'm trying to scrape it off without messing the paper up. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. Damn it. This isn't the kind of razor blade you could do that with. Not too bad. As long as it doesn't show through the back. Nope. Okay. This I don't know about because it seems like there's more here than there was in there. Dang. Put a hat on. You don't have to get dressed for me. Nah, it's just my head's getting cold. I don't have. I went and got my head buzzed. So it's kind of cold down here. So I've actually got a little heater next to me. That's not too bad. What's it look like over here? There's barely any over here, so this should be able to get that off of there. I'm probably worrying for nothing, but last thing I need is to have just to put a bunch of work into this thing and have a big brown stain in the back of this because I got residual glue left over from tape that I had on the back of it. All right, good enough. Yeah, the weather got weird here. You can leave your hat on. Yeah, I remember that song. Okay. We'll put this thing back together. The Wakandan beachwear. Are you talking about this stuff right here? Or are you talking about right here? That's actually what is it? Where did that come from? That was what was that dude's name? He did it's like a generalized breakdown of the musculature. I try to have as much oh, it's coming this way. Okay. I try to have as much reference material as I can. I've got quite a bit of it here. I've got Jason Fabok. This is there's another YouTuber. The girls and the girl, yeah, right here, yeah. This is Rob Marzullo. Both of these are Rob Marzullo. This one right here, and then there's another one above it. That's the actually the legs. These are shading examples. Got another one off to this side over here. That way, that's up top here that you can't see. No, I can tilt it up. There you go. But the Rob Marzullo, he's got a lot of really, really good tutorials. And then this right here, you can only see this, you can only see her, but there's like a whole bunch of people over here. This is Travis Karst, or Travis Sherway, as he is called. As he is referred to. All right, put that away. But Yeah, if you're interested in drawing, Rob Marzullo, really good, really good tutorials. And then down here, like this right here, you can see this head, part of this head. This is Clayton Barton. Again, really good tutorials, really good guy. The Barton brothers. I don't like how this came out, so I'm gonna redo that. Actually, I need to put this pencil away and stop putting pencil down. I need to do blue line on this thing. Do some blue line work here. Actually, I need to do a lot of blue line work here because this is very rough. Oh, this is not going to work right. Actually, I need to. Where's that pencil at? There it is. Yeah, there's some. I'll tell you what. There's some really good resources on the internet, on YouTube specifically, for drawing. So, okay. His head's not working right. Unfortunately, you're not going to be able to see much of what I'm doing here because I'm doing it in blue line. I work in blue line a lot. All I can think of when I look at the girls at the upper right from this distance, it looks like knee length swimwear for the Tormalaje. Yeah, it's what he did is he color coded. It's kind of hard to see on the camera because of the lighting, and this isn't exactly the best camera. But he color coded every muscle group. So like you got the pink for the chest, you got purple for the rib cage, you got blue for the bicep. He should have put more contrasting colors next to each other because this whole part right here kind of blends on the camera, but it's actually light blue, dark blue, and green. And then the muscles in the forearm and the hand and all that stuff. But it's a cool little guide. I try to keep stuff like that around to help me out. I gotta refine this a little bit. Hopefully my head's not blocking everything. My eyesight is not what it used to be. Oh, wow. Oh, he was with me. Yeah, me. I don't know why I'm putting so much emphasis on that head. It's going to get erased in any way. the hell, man? Got more of that tape residue on here. I don't know where that came from. Not a fan. Oh my God. That is messing everything up. What the hell? What is it doing to the paper? It's like making it soggy or something. What the hell? I am never buying that tape again. God, that's awful. I'm going to have to put something over top of that. Jeez. Bought some tape, and I had this taped to a board while I was mapping it out. And I took the tape off, and the tape had this nasty residue on it. Not a good thing. I watch a channel called Jet Pens, which is a channel for all kinds of stationery. And every once in a while, they'll do pens, inks for cartoons and things like that. So I get the whole blue thing. Cartoons equals comics. Yep. I actually went to school for computer animation a long time ago. Early 2000s. And cartooning and comics, they share a lot in common. In fact, one of my favorite comic book artists, several of them actually, originally wanted to be animators. Like J. Scott Campbell, he wanted to be an animator. And given the caricatures and stuff that he does, he probably would have been a really good one. I wonder. I'm breaking this up, putting more striation in here. Let me pull this microphone over here a little closer. Oh, man. I don't know what to do with this stupid thing. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. It's probably going to be weird muffled because it's coming from behind my head. I got to get a different mount for this microphone. Well, I need to get money to get a mount for this microphone. So I wish I had the confidence of some artists to lay down these lines, just straight lay them down. Oh, hey. The one and only True Mod is back. Hey, what's up, Joe? Thanks for hanging out, man. Appreciate it. Let's see here. Copy that. Clipboard. Notifications. Where's that? Hang on a minute. couldn't hold me back. Copy. Kill that. Who am I drawing? This is God, what's the guy's name? The character's name. This is the main character from a book called 94. Yeah, I'm drawing Yippee. Give me a second. I'll drop you a link to it. Here's that here. Dun, 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 dun. There we go. Yes, I'm drawing Yippee like one of my French girls. Copy that. That's the link to the character. The guy in purple is who I'm drawing right now. But I'm kind of drawing him kind of weird and exaggerated. Mostly just because I wanted to get really kind of dumb and stupid with it. I like doing it every once in a while, just doing something really over the top. Kind of like a Stephen Platt or Dale Keown kind of thing. You know, giant, like ridiculously muscled guys. You know, the super babes, that kind of thing. I don't know. It's fun. So I enjoy doing it. Kind of going a little ridiculous with these with his shoulders here. His shoulders are bigger than his freaking head. But that's the idea. But he's good. Oh, Jack, pay me like one of your French girls. And then she gets on the door and she's like, nope, no room here. Step off. Yeah. Titanic 2, it's just a 2.5 hour movie of his dead body floating at the bottom of the ocean. As he was sinking, he should have like given her the finger. He's like, you bitch. I'm dead, not because of you. Come on. Straighten back out. All right. This is gonna look ridiculous, but I likes it. You gotta figure out how that's gonna transition. I don't want to do too much there because I gotta figure out his head and everything. Giant muscles. Of course, I couldn't increase the size of his head, so it wouldn't be as ridiculous. Boom, 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 boom. She really wanted that diamond. Yep. She's like, hey, listen, I got what I want. It was just a booty call. Get off my door, man. Yeah, you know what? I think I am gonna make his head bigger. Not a lot, but a little. Shit. I'm gonna make this leg bigger too. Dun, 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 dun. All right, let me see if that helps. That's a little bit. And then his shoulder should start climbing from right there. Some Nightwing level cheeks. Those are actually, that's not his butt. That's actually his part of his back. But I can see what you, I can see why you would think it was that. Killing him in the name of. Killing in the name of. So far, looking good, pun intended. Yeah, once I refine this blue line a little bit more, I'll start laying down. I gotta figure out his hands too. But once I figure out the blue line, I'll start laying down some pencil. I'm trying to not over render this thing. That's something that I have a really bad habit of doing, is over rendering the crap out of things. Yeah, screw it. Are you doing artwork for the comic or fan art? This is just a piece of fan art. I am hoping to sell it though. Um, I sold a couple of pieces. There was an auction. A friend of mine did. Shay over on the Red Valkyrie channel, but they invited me to the auction, and I actually sold a couple pieces. So I'm hoping that he likes it, but I'm also hoping that I can sell it. What the hell is that? How much you selling it for? Um, Hoping to get at least $100 out of it. Um, it completely depends. The two pieces I sold um, I sold three pieces total. Um, they went for $50 each, which was kind of low, but they were pieces that had been sitting and collecting dust. So me getting rid of them, you know, I got a little bit of money out of it, and someone got some art. So, but I'd like to get at least $100 for it. But I'll get what I get, you know, because the reality is, I don't have much of a name, so me and Mawabe Megaya. Does he have something on his back? Let me look at some reference art real quick. No, he's got some. Wait a minute. Okay, so that's one version of character. You know what? I like the metal version better. Oh my god. Yep. I'll be right back, guys. All right, sorry about that, guys. Had to go to the bathroom real quick. So drink real quick. Yeah, it's, you know what, it was, it is what it was, man. I mean, it was a bunch of comic book fans. Most people don't have a whole lot of money, so it didn't bother me that much. I mean, I would have liked if they had gone for a little bit more, but I was happy with what I got. You know, I mean, sometimes you get what you want, sometimes you get what you need, and what I got helped me pay some bills. So, you'll see this real quick. Actually, you know what? Let me get a piece of paper. Put it under my hand. There we go. Okay. So this is where his spine's going to be. It's right here. So. Okay. So right there. Okay. Okay. This is not anatomically accurate. Then again, most superheroes aren't. I want to do this. That'll work. Some of that's going to get covered up anyway. There we go. There we go. Better. Okay. Yeah. Well, I am a child of the 80s, man. Oh, crap. I broke it. How much is left? There's not a lot left on that one, but cool deal. Problem with using Prismacolor Blue Line lead is you got to sharpen it manually. And it's really brittle. And it's easy to break. There we go. That's better. Oops, let me get that. It's so hard being a comic fan who can't draw. Dude, the idea behind these drawing streams I'm doing is to open them up to everybody. Because here's the thing, you got to remember something. It is never, and I know this sounds stupid because it sounds like a trope, but it is never too late to learn how to draw. I stopped drawing for 20 years, man. I lost so much ground that like I should be so far ahead of where I actually am right now. But like I said, because I stopped, I'm far behind. Where I should be. But here's the thing. Stan Lee and taking LSD for creativity. Stan Lee and Jack Kirby were in their 40s when they did their first Marvel comic. So now, obviously, Stan had written stuff before, and Jack had, drawn stuff before. But comics are a completely different medium from normal advertising. So pick up a pencil and realize that it's going to take time. But if you really want to, man, it's possible. Time for me to fly. Me to fly. What I would like to do is I like to do a regular stream. And I'm actually planning on doing this. I would like to do a regular stream with people who are trying to learn how to draw and everything. And I have all these drawing books. I've literally got like dozens of these drawing books. And my idea is that just invite a bunch of people into the stream who want to learn how to draw. And we all do the tutorial, you know? Like, hang on, let me get one of the books here. I'll explain. Okay, so this is one of my many drawing books that I picked up. You know, this is called, You Can Draw How to Draw. This is from Antarctic Press. And a lot of the stuff in here is kind of anime manga style, but there's a bunch of different, there's a bunch of step-by-step tutorials. Yeah. That walk you through the entire process. Now obviously this is a little cartoony. This is a little cartoony, so you might actually be interested in this. Here's another one. These are like classic monsters, Wolfman, Dracula. But then there's some stuff in here. Like, where's that dude at? This is a book on drawing monsters. Yeah, right here. Like this one's kind of cool. It's drawing like evil little monster children. And I like how they came out, kind of like a Hills Have Eyes, Leatherface kids. But the idea would be that we pick a tutorial, and everybody does the tutorial. Like we could go to Rob Marzullo's channel and do one of the tutorials that he does there for free. Or I actually have his book. I could pull something out of his book, or stuff like that. That's kind of something I want to do, because I think that would be a lot of. I think it would be a lot of fun, but I also think you could learn a lot. And I also have like a book on perspective, so we could do some architecture, which is something I really, really, really need to work on. So, and we just learn from each other. You've been thunderstruck. All right. But that's something I kind of want to do. That's something I want to do going forward, because I think that could be a lot of fun. Almost done with the blue line in this guy. got to start looking at costume details. It is risky for a small YouTuber, but when you're small is kind of when you can take risks. You know what I mean? Because what's the worst that's going to happen? You know, like I guess it's possible that whoever made the book would be like, hey, don't use my book in your videos. But I kind of doubt that someone like Ben Dunn would do that. Fortunately, I know a couple people who do books for Antarctic Press, so if worse comes to worse, I guess I could ask them. But when you're small is actually kind of when you can take risk and when you actually should take risk because you don't have a lot to lose. Destruct. Yeah, exactly. It's like crash. Yeah, it's like crashing a beater. Like car that you use specifically to beat the crap out of it. Dun, dun, dun. It's gonna be fun to shade. It's just some ridiculous little. I mean, like no human being could be shaped like this. But that's kind of why it's fun. Like if there was a human being that was built like this, I don't think the guy could move. Beater sounds like a person in abusive relationships who beats their spouse. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine, man. We used to call that like the neighborhood I came from because it's a mix of pretty much everybody. You got hillbillies, you got cholos, you got everybody. But that's what you used to call it in high school. And you had a car that, like, your parents got you your first car, and it was some old piece of crap that was literally designed for you to beat the crap out of it. It was designed to get you from point A to point B if you were lucky. And when you finally did crash it, or it friggin' died, like, it didn't matter. Because your parents paid like $200 for it. Oops. That's not going to work. Here we go. There we go. Okay, that's the general idea. I gotta make that leg bigger. Where are these spots coming from? Okay. Okay. Ah. Okay. Oh, Schwarzenegger. Dude, if Arnold Schwarzenegger was built like this, he'd be in a freaking lab somewhere. This is not normal. So he doesn't really have. Okay. Okay, so he's got kind of like basic gloves and stuff. The helmet. The helmet's the thing that's kind of weird. He's got this weird helmet. Spirit magic helmet. Okay. So let me see. Okay, yeah. So he's got these. How far in do they go? Okay. He's got this weird mask. Is that about where it's at? Nose. So it's more like right there. Okay. So the other one would be like, okay. Okay. So it comes up like that. It's like a weird, almost like an M shape. It's more like that. God, that is a weird looking helmet. Let's see. So it kind of comes through here. Yep. Me some kind of way out of here, said the Joker to the thief. So that one comes out. Okay. Boom, boom. Random question, but do you have that one friend who works at a supplement shop and is always trying to show how ripped they are? Um, I do not have a friend like that. I know a guy who has a friend like that, though. I do have a friend uh, who lifts all the time. Um, um, we work out together sometimes. And getting the symmetry on this is a pain in the ass. Okay, and it just comes. How big are these damn things? Okay. Okay, so that's what. All right, so this is actually wrong. That's much more. That makes much more sense. So it's more like a claw curling in. Come on. There we go. Okay. How far out does it go? Okay. Okay. That is the weirdest looking helmet ever. Okay. Oh, excuse me. Damn, what time is it? Do you watch Star Trek? And if so, what is your favorite show? Deep Space Nine. And yes, I love Star Trek. Ferris, looking good, man. Great night. Yeah, thanks, Ferris. I'm actually, what time is it? 2:30. I think I'm going to go for like another half hour and then I'm going to call it for the day because I got to work tomorrow. But I do want to try and get some lines put down for this thing. Okay. Where's my bag at? See, this dude, he uses swords and shit, so. Swords and guns. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. That saved me. What do you think? What do you think of disco? Not the biggest fan of disco, man. I have to admit. If you like it, that's cool, man. I don't. I don't hate on people that like stuff that I don't really care about. Um, but if you like it, I'm glad you found something you like. I'm more of a heavy metal guy. I know that's like 99.99999% of people, but we like what we like. Hey, Tino. Oh, you mean disco? Disco, disco, disco. The show that could have been. Here's the thing about disco. If I know people that like it, and if they like it, that's cool. Um, to me, it's not Star Trek because it doesn't carry the tenets that Star Trek created. Um, it's a pretty show. I mean, there's stuff to like about it. The cast is actually pretty good. Um, Doug Jones is amazing. That was a terrible looking line. Um, I love Doug Jones. I mean, he's one of those guys like Andy Serkis who just brings characters alive with his physical acting. I mean, that's a guy who really is suited for physical acting. But the wrestling council disbanded. Yeah, there was a falling out between Boogie and Yule. I don't really want to go into it. It is what it is. I'm going to be starting like my own thing just because I enjoy talking about it. But yeah, I mean I don't want to go into details on it and everything because like I said it's a little ugly, but there was there were some things that were going on behind the scenes that you guys weren't aware of, and they just kind of came to a head, and that was that. Um, it's unfortunate, but yeah, I mean, it's things happen, man. You can't really control them, but you can't let things fester to the point where everything explodes. If you do, this is the result, you know? So it is what it is. Well, I did a terrible job on that line. That line looks awful, but tis what it is. You know, we'll figure it out. Yeah, and see, Job, the thing that really I thought, like I said, it's the show that could have been. The fact that you can tell that, because what happened is what's his name, David S. Goyer was supposed to write and direct the show. He had a falling out and he left, but he had, for the most part, filmed the first 2 episodes. And if you watch the first 2 episodes of that show, they are completely different from like 90% of the rest of the show. The character of Michael Burnham, if you watch those first 2 episodes, she's extremely arrogant. How have you been liking Osprey's run so far? I think he's fantastic, dude. But I'll talk about that in a minute. But the thing is if you watch those first 2 episodes, she's not the hero. She makes a terrible mistake, and people don't realize the mistake that she makes. People are like, "Oh, well, she accidentally starts the wars." No, her arrogance creates the whole situation. Because if you go back and you watch the episode, and I always point this out to people who are fans of the show, and they go, "Oh, I completely missed that." When, like, through the show, you see that she's like doing other people's job, you know, and everything. And that's why Saru is so pissed off at her. He's like, you know, bitch, this is my job. Get the hell out of here. She's very arrogant. It's like she thinks the rules don't apply to her. So what happens is, when she goes to investigate the Klingon ship, what does Giorgio tell her? She literally tells her, no contact, don't land, don't touch anything, nothing. It's a flyby and nothing more. She literally puts it in those words, a flyby, nothing more. What's the first thing that Burnham does when she gets there? She lands on the ship. She completely ignores the orders given to her by her captain. So her arrogance, the idea behind the show was supposed to be that in her arrogance, she starts this war that kills millions of people. She commits a sin that can never be forgiven. And the whole show was supposed to be about her trying to redeem herself. That's a really interesting idea. That's something that they've never done in Star Trek before. The main character is a person who screws up so bad that there's no way back. But through chance, she's given the opportunity to try. That would have been a really cool series. Like, if, like, for the next, like, 3 or 4 scenes, like, however long the show is, she has to deal with the ramifications of her actions. You know, like, even at the end of the series, like, say, you know, the rest of the show plays out the way it does, and she figures out a way to save everybody, to, like, stop the war. Yeah, and she's this imperfect being. She's this person who's screwed up. But at the end, when when the problem at the end of the show, they just hit the big reset button and said, okay, all your sins are forgiven, they're wiped out. You're everybody's hero, you're everybody's darling, and you're reinstated at your former rank. No, what should have happened is, she should have she does, like, you know, she figures a way to stop the war, and, you know, the war that she helped start. And they're like, and as a reward, they're like, okay, you're being like your sentence is being commuted. It's not that it's being wiped out. It's that for the time being, it's being commuted, and you can continue to serve in the capacity that you already have. But you don't have any rank. You're just a resource, and then Saru or whoever else comes in and takes command of the ship, and she continues to do what she was doing in the first couple of episodes. That would have been a compelling character. That would have been a really interesting show. And also, like, have her run it, like they could have had her run into people like she gets confronted by people whose family members died because of what she did. That's an interesting show. But no, what they do? They just you're such a hero, you're everybody's darling, and then just hit the big reset button, and then the most compelling and interesting thing about the character in the show is wiped away. It's gone. But yeah, it was. I watched the first season. I watched most of the second season, and then I was like, "Yeah, I'm done." The writers don't know what they're doing. It's unfortunate too, because like I said, because the cast is not the problem. Picard's the same way. Picard was awful. And it's because the idea behind Star Trek is humanism. They are, even when they find somebody, they confront somebody that's, their ideas are backward or whatever, they don't talk down to them. They don't treat them like they're crap. They don't treat them like they're the enemy. They try to teach. It's the whole idea behind Star Trek is that we figured out our problems and that now we're trying to do the same thing for everyone else. That was supposed to be the idea behind Star Trek, but it's completely gone and it's completely lost on the bad robot people. So anyway, that's what I think about that. As far as Tino, as far as Osprey is concerned, I do think that it was a little too early to take the belts off of Ibushi. But I also get the feeling that Ibushi might be leaving. I think, I don't know when Ibushi's contract is up, but I get the feeling that Ibushi wants to travel a little bit and maybe go hang out with his buddy Kenny. And that might be one of the things. Or, and this is another possibility. I know that they are eventually going to do Kenny versus Ibushi. That has to happen. That's a match that's like 10 years in the making. But as far as Osprey's, his run so far, I think it's been great, dude. Osprey's hands down one of the 10 best in the ring. He's one of the 10 best wrestlers in the world, hands down. The guy's talented for days. Where he was suspect was kind of his his mic skills, but he's improved on that as well. So far he's been really good. I can't stand the Great O'Khan. I don't think the Great O'Khan's very good at all. His shtick is kind of weak. Jeff Cobb's fantastic. And I think eventually what we're going to end up getting, Osprey versus Jay White. And that'll be interesting. But more than that, we're going to end up getting Bullet Club versus Kenny Club. And that's going to be amazing. Like, that's 100% what's being built up right now. Back to drawing here. But there's been some good wrestling. I'm excited, dude. Don't sleep on this match between John Moxley and Yuji Nagata. Yuji Nagata is an old school beat 'em up wrestler, dude, and he's a legit shoot fighter. He's actually the real the coach for Japan's Olympic wrestling team. He's the real deal. Thing is, right now you've got all these people who have never watched Star Trek and don't know what it's supposed to be. So now, because they saw Discovery on Netflix, they think that they're Star Trek fans. Yeah, and that's the problem, man. Is I can't remember the name of the guy who's in charge, but he's a freaking hack, and he basically it's not Star Trek; it's a Star Trek flavored show. So, but yeah, I've been hearing some things about Yuji Nagata. Dude, go back, go watch his match last year. He had a match with Minoru Suzuki. It was him versus Murder Grandpa, and they've actually wrestled many times. Um, but if you want a jumping on point to see who Yuji Nagata is, go watch that match with him and Minoru Suzuki. Alex Kurtzman, yeah, Kurtzman's a friggin' hack. Oh, dude, Moxley already fought Murder Grandpa. He fought Murder Grandpa at Wrestle Kingdom 14. But yeah, Nagata and Murder Grandpa are they're like peas in a pod, dude. They're like natural rivals. And they had a match last year, and it was a bruiser, man. Like when there's certain wrestlers will work stiff with each other to make it look more realistic, and they'll come just shy of actually hitting each other. Suzuki and Nagata are two of those guys, man. They will like the chops when they're like throwing chops at each other. It sounds like a friggin' gunshot going off. Those guys will beat the living hell out of each other because they're both actually real MMA guys too. But yeah, I'm excited for all the New Japan AEW stuff and the New Japan Impact stuff. Because El Phantasmo is going to Impact. And because the bad robots were like that, they think that it's supposed to be. Dude, the bad robots were actually better than the show. I mean, don't get me wrong, they weren't. There were problems with them, but they were better than the show. Like him and Ishii, dude, Tomohiro Ishii is a freaking treasure, man. That dude, I want to see him versus Samoa Joe so freaking bad. Oh yeah, dude, next week's gonna be dope. Um, yeah, the movies are better. There's still problems with it, obviously, but they are better. Although, was it Star Trek Beyond completely wasted Idris Elba? It was pointless. It was like you could have put anybody in that role and it would have been the same movie. They suffer from the same problems, but nowhere near as bad. Like there are elements of I don't know, dude. There are elements in the Star Trek movies that are kind of cool and that I like, but yeah, I get what you're saying. Take it easy, Job. Um, Tino, do you think Brian is leaving when his contract is up? I would love to see him in New Japan and AEW. Um, it depends on how real that statement he made was. I think he would like to do that, but I also think that he has a family and he's looking at, maybe I sacrifice some of my happiness or some of my, dreams of going somewhere else and like maybe wrestling like like him wrestling Tanahashi or something like that, or I'll tell you a match that I would love to see is Daniel Bryan versus Zack Sabre Jr. Like Daniel Bryan versus Zack Sabre Jr. would be bonker shit. Um, you know, him versus like Yuji Nagata, him versus Tanahashi, uh, him versus Ibushi, and like there's a lot of really good matches, but like him versus Zack Sabre Jr. would be like an instant classic. But it depends. It all depends on what he really, really wants. So it's all kind of up in the air. I think it all depends on his family and how he really feels about the future. Because he's not going to be a world champion in WWE ever again. He'll never touch the world title again. And I don't think that he's happy being a mid card guy. See, the thing is though, if he could get a contract similar to what Moxley has, where he doesn't wrestle the grind in New Japan. He just does like the pay-per-view shows and the big TV shows. Like if he did something like that, like he'll go to Japan for like a couple of weeks or a month, and then he goes back, to like AEW or Ring of Honor or something like that. I definitely think he would do that, but it depends on whether or not he's willing to do that. Yeah, a Mox contract would definitely work for him, but again, it comes down to, because here's the thing: if he says he's going to New Japan, I think Vince would actually be willing to let him go. He would still try to drop a truckload of money in front of him. I think Daniel Bryan's passion is that he wants to go somewhere else so that he can actually legitimately be, considered a top of the line guy. Because until recently, hey, what's up, John? John jumping in late. But I could see him going to New Japan. If he says he's going to AEW, Vince will drive a truck of money to his house and say, just tell me when to stop counting. And he'll make him an offer that he just can't refuse. Vince does not want someone like Daniel Bryan going to AEW. The fact that he lost Jericho drove him crazy. Like literally a month after Jericho signed with AEW, Vince literally called him up and asked him if he could get out of his contract. I'm actually kind of tempting the dragon here. That line doesn't look great. I'll have to clean that up. Tie for noogies. He's 100% the kind of guy who would do that, but he's still got a family. And if Vince McMahon tells him, I'll give you, if he gives him like an Edge contract, which is freaking nuts, like the contract that he gave Edge to keep Edge was actually considering going to AEW. The contract that he signed with him was insane. It was something like $12 million for 4 years. And it's like, holy shit. If Daniel Bryan says he's going to AEW, Vince would probably drop a contract like that in front of him. Oh, Edge is getting paid bonker shit money. Yeah. Edge is on the he's on the Brock Lesnar plan. But I'm gonna get this arm. I'm gonna try and get this arm finished, and then might call it. He said still wrestling. Isn't that full like a million years old? He's like 42. You know, he's younger than me. He was out for a long time because of his neck. Um, but because of the advances in surgery and stuff, he was actually able to make a comeback. He actually looks better uh, physically. He actually looks better than he did when he left. Yeah, Edge is like, yeah, he's 47. He's like a year. It's like a year or two. He's like a year or two younger than me. And here's the thing about Daniel Bryan was the worst thing, dude. That whole segment, he did not want to do that. He got forced into that. That idea, that whole thing was Vince Russo's idea. And Vince Russo is a piece of shit. Edge had no choice but to do that because that's the other thing. Lita didn't want to do it, and there's a report coming out now that Kevin Dunn forced her to do it. Yeah, Lita was not happy with it because at that particular time, she and Edge weren't together anymore. They were together in character, but he had actually broken up with her and gone back to his wife that he was cheating on. Yeah, like that whole thing was messy as hell. Yeah, freaking Kevin Dunn cornered her and told her that if she didn't do it, they were going to fire her. They both loved it and thought and both thought the idea was inspired. Nah, not really, man. They because that's the thing. That's the thing. I have Johns. I have my own facts. Um, Vince Russo is infamous for doing crap like that. John's like, I reject your reality and substitute my own. Okay, how the hell did Toto get on my friggin' music feed? What is this BS? No, I don't think it's out yet. The Brian Pillman one, I don't think it's out yet. I don't think season. See, is this season 3 or season 4? I think this is season 3 for Dark Side of the Ring. No, I haven't. I have to double check. I might be wrong, but I don't think it's out yet. I think it's coming in like another week or so. But I'm definitely going to watch it. I've watched every one of those documentaries. Some of them are rough to watch too. It drops this week. It's possible it might drop tomorrow or something like that. I got this song I don't like playing in my head, but I'm too lazy to lean over and change the thing. Yeah, the Brian Pillman one. I'll tell you what, man. I have to look at all the different ones that they're doing because I think they're doing. I know they're doing Brian Pillman. I know they're doing the Ultimate Warrior. Um, I think they're doing the Montreal Screwjob too. So they're doing a bunch of stuff. John, that might be something you would be interested in. There's this show called Dark Side of the Ring, and it's about all these like really messed up stories, like real life stories in the wrestling world. And like it was hard to watch because I remember this happening, but like they talk about stuff like Chris Benoit's, the Chris Benoit's murder suicide and yeah, they are doing the steroid trial. I know that. Um, oh yeah, oh you finally got it in, huh? Um, but like the one that really got me was the murder of Bruiser Brody. Um, like I did not know. Like I knew he was murdered in Mexico, but I didn't know that it was a conspiracy and that um what's his name Cologne was involved in it. I didn't realize that. I was like, oh my god, they straight up assassinated that guy. Yeah, it's the stories that they talk about. Like I said, are some of like that's the most tragic stuff happened. Like I said, like Brian Pillman's death and uh like Owen Hart's death. That was hard to watch too. Oof. But just like I'd forgotten some of the details about Chris Benoit's, like what he did to his family, and it was rough, man. I was like, oh my god, that's just, yeesh. You know, that was awful. Yeah, dude. I mean, that's just like if you look at what's his name Chris, oh, is it Brian Benoit, Chris Benoit's son. He's like, all the world sees this, my dad as this monster, but to me, he was dad. He's like, I would never have thought he would do that in a million years. And it just shows you how messed up his brain was. All the headshots he took and everything. And he had but even with the brain damage that he had, the premeditation and stuff that he did in that murder was just, oh my god, it's awful. Rough stuff. Rough stuff. Okay. Well, let's see here. Oh yeah, dude. I've seen all this stuff, but let's see here. What time we got here? Okay, guys. Yeah, it's after 3 o'clock for me, so I'm gonna end it here. I'll be doing another one of these probably on Monday. But thanks for everybody that stopped in. John, sorry you got here just at the end there, man. But we got to do another stream together, dude, because that was fun. But I will see you guys next time. Take care. And Yeah. Have a good day.